February 8, 2021. President Joe Biden's more welcoming message to immigrants is facing an immediate challenge along the Mexican border, where Central American families and children have been crossing in numbers that point to a building crisis. In recent days, U.S. authorities have seen the return of large groups of parents and children crossing the border in the darkness, a replay of scenes that occurred during the record influx of families who arrived in 2018 and 2019, overwhelming migrant shelters and Border Patrol stations. Biden's new rules for ICE point to fewer arrests and deportations and a more restrained agency. Israel will ask allies to pressure ICC prosecutors against open war crime investigations against the country and its officials. Israel is very concerned any investigation could lead to an international arrest warrant against Israel officials and military officers. The Israelis are also concerned that such an investigation will boost BDS campaigns against the country. The Israeli Foreign Ministry sent a classified cable to a dozen of Israeli ambassadors around the world on Sunday with instructions to start a lobbying effort against the ICC judges.
When the ICC investigates Israel for fake war crimes, this is pure anti-Semitism. The court established to prevent atrocities like the Nazi Holocaust against the Jewish people is now targeting the one state of the Jewish people. First, it outrageously claims that when Jews live in our homeland, this is a war crime.
Alexei Navalny's allies have scrapped further protests following the detention of more than 6,000 protesters in recent demonstrations, as well as violence against the protesters. Instead, his movement will now focus on parliamentary elections this September, with his backers hope to unseat the ruling United Russia Party loyal to President Vladimir Putin. Joe Biden, the first sitting U.S. president to openly oppose the death penalty, has discussed the possibility of instructing the Department of Justice to stop scheduling new executions. If he does, that would end an extraordinary run of executions by the federal government, all during a pandemic that raged inside prison walls and infected journalists, federal employees, and even those put to death. Americans who paid close attention to the resumption of federal executions under President Donald Trump were dismayed by their scale and their apparent haste to carry them out. 4 backcountry skiers were killed in an avalanche Sunday in Utah, and 4 others were injured. The area was under a high danger warning for avalanches when authorities were called to Mill Creek Canyon right outside of Salt Lake City. A group of 5 skiers and another group with 3 appeared to trigger an avalanche that buried all 8 under the snow. It was the deadliest avalanche in the state since 1992, when a skier triggered an avalanche that killed 4 in the Moab area. An incredible rescue took place after Hoboken police officers saved a woman who fell into the freezing Hudson River while trying to get a picture of the Manhattan skyline. The 23-year-old woman and her brother were out Saturday afternoon near Pier 13 when she climbed over the railing to get a better vantage point for her photo. Moments after, she fell through a gap between the dock and the pier and straight into the freezing water.
Unsettling, and it was not safe for us to go out on the pier because we didn't know if the pier was compromised or if there was a hole. It was all covered with snow, so it was chaotic. And we're just happy that everything worked out.